You know,
Yeah.
you just don't never know. But once again, that's just based upon that sweat equity.
Man, when you talk about sweat equity, Keys, man, I remember going into my junior year, like I had a good, very, very good sophomore season. We played 10 games. I dressed varsity. I didn't get not 1 minute varsity, but I dressed varsity. And back then it was, shoot, if you dress in varsity, it was like you might be up next.
Yeah.
So going into my junior year, there was another junior in front of me. I was number 2.
Yeah.
And, you know, he put his time in. He put the sweat equity in. So it was the natural order of things that he would get the first shot. And so what I kept focused on is, man, I would love to start right now. I did my assessment. I got a junior in front of me. Now, on paper, I'll say, when you look at all the comparables, I think at that particular time, I knew possibly I was a better athlete, but he put in the time. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just keep grinding and focusing every day. Man, I showed up to practice one day, and guess what? It was like he quit. It was like he got some circumstances going on at the house, and he had to go get a job and help out.
Wow.
Now, if I wouldn't have focused on, if I would have been so focused on the results, like I'm not number 1 on the depth chart right now. Yeah, man, he a junior. Why is he why is he starting over me? Well, if I would have focused on that and not the process of becoming, when he walked away, I'd have not had the confidence to just walk in, and was like, so when they told me, I was like, oh, for real? And, you know, just the human side of me was like, oh man, he had to stop, help take care of his family. But on the other end, I was like, well, cool, I'm up next because I know about the work that I put in. I knew about the work that I put in, number 1, with the team. And then for all those who know about Canton, Ohio, and live around Canton, man, I was at the monument running them steps.
Yeah.
We was, me and my boys from the defensive backfield, we was going different places outside of practice and going through the drills. So I was able to have a level of confidence where I wasn't just nervous.
Right.
Of course, you got butterflies, but I wasn't just nervous because I knew I put the work in, so that just in case if he got hurt or something happened, but I didn't know he was just going to just walk away. And then that put me in the position to start my junior year.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the level of athletes that came through Canton McKinley, now I started 10 regular season games my junior year. I start 3 games in the playoffs. So going into my senior year, now I got the pressure. I really say, I think I probably had one of the top 10 hardest senior years ever. So now I got a freshman by the name of Mike Doss coming from Hartford Junior High School.
Right.
This is a future first team All-Ohio. This is a future back-to-back Ohio High School state champion. This is a future 2002 Ohio State Buckeye national champion. This is a future 3-time first team All-American. 3-time first team All-Big Ten. This is a future Super Bowl champion with the Indianapolis Colts, who's like, hey, I'm a freshman.
Right.
I can either start 4 years or 3 years if you don't put in the work.
Right.
So I had to still going into, after starting the whole season plus 3 playoffs game.
Yeah.
I had to go into the senior like I never touched the field for 1 snap.
Right.
Because the reality was he was a athletically superior athlete.
Yeah.
But I had an advantage on, I'm faster, I'm stronger, and I got 13 games of experience. So I'm gonna work out like I never played a snap. And then I focus on the process of becoming. And the reality was, because I put the work in, I was able to allow for him to be a 3-year starter versus a 4-year starter. And that was a lot of pressure, man, because it was like swallowing that big pill, like, Les, be humble.
Right.
because they can do this without you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that's a mindset that today's student athletes got to realize. That it was that saying, one monkey don't stop no show.
Right.
So you got to be willing to go through the process. And if you go through the process, it increases the likelihood that you get the results that you want.
Right. Really what it sounds like, man, that process, isn't so much, the competition that, you believe that you're facing, but it's truly you versus you.
Ooh.